Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, it's Saturday today and we're going to have a look at a map that's just a little bit different from the norm. It's a real-life location map, so there is that, and you can see it does look pretty realistic from all the way up here. There is that also. It is fair to say it isn't by one of the top-level map creators, and I'm going to have to rate the map very fairly considering our usual standards. However, what caught my eye wasn't the map build, but a city build that the creator has uploaded some screenshots of, which does go to show that the creator has some skills. And you never know how good the map's going to be when you see quality like this, because, well, let's face it, I like it. And liking this channel really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people, and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Today's map is Cadiz by benzoll. There you go. That is your thumbnail. And like I say, it doesn't scream exciting things, does it? I'm afraid. But let's have a little look at the start square. Start square is there. This is part of Cadiz City. In fact, there's quite a lot. There's quite a lot today going on. We've got height maps. It's quite flat. It is quite flat. Wait till we get down there again. The resources, a little bit patchy. In fact, very, very light on the resources. I'll say a little bit more given to the resources on the map. And of course, fishing. If you've got Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, it looks like that. Off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, the answer is a few bits, not many. We have the Epsilon theme, which was created by Cadiz, by benzoll, sorry, by Cadiz. We've got some walls as well, some of the ancient walls. We'll be using the Epsilon LUT as well. Ooh, exciting. Both Epsilon themes, there's 4 of them, one for each biome, and the LUTs were also created by benzoll, so credit there as well. Now, it's designed to be played on 9 or 25 tiles, which kind of means that anything out of there like this won't ever be seen by the player because we are out of the 25 tiles. But I think even then, this isn't very exciting, is it? It's not very exciting. It's a good, well, it's an exciting way to start the show, wondering, is it going to be one of those disaster shows? Yep, it's not going to be a disaster show. We've got a little bit jinky-janky there, in fact, classic jinky-janky there. And we have the plopped wishbone there, of course, with all its delights. Liking the mixture of textures at these intersections. Do see this occasionally, and there's really not much we can do about it. Then we go elevated. Don't go elevated parallel with each other, and it's a little bit wibbly wobbly as well, different heights as we go through to another plopped intersection. Again, like this plopped intersection, don't think I've seen this one for a little while, and it's been done really quite nicely. It doesn't quite merge into the highways that well, but I'm digging it, I'm buying it. There are no pillars in any of the roads, which can happen with plopped intersections, so always worth checking for that if you're grabbing an intersection off the workshop. Just make sure you don't have any pillars or streetlight clipping or anything like that. And I think we've got away with it here. Now, we're going to head down this route where we have 6 lanes into 6, which is good, which is very good indeed. Jinky-janky there as well. Now, bear in mind also, while it's a jinky-janky, it could be city centre jinky-janky. I'm not completely au fait with Cadiz, so this does look like a city centre, like an avenue. It's not really an avenue, but you know, a main road going through. It could well be, and so slightly angled roads like that. Maybe that is a traffic lights crossroads or something like that in real life, and we're just missing the extra roads. So again, here, jinky-janky there, but that's probably for good reason. I'm not checking. I don't really care enough to go and check. Just don't. Bridge there, long, straight, believable bridge. And again, I managed to do this without going with suspension pillars, and I just buy it. I believe it. Now we're into the main buildable area. We have, of course, the pier. Not too badly done, actually, the pier. So, yeah, credit for that one. And we are definitely into start square territory now, which means if we pull back, you'll notice a big asset of the day in there somewhere. No, not the factory. although it is everybody's favourite. Now we've got this. This is the Riverside Museum, Glasgow, Scotland, by Lemire. Lemire, even, sorry. I'm trying so hard to do a Scottish accent and failing that I can't even say Lemire right. Yeah, it's a famous, a beautiful, famous museum building. That's it. Award-winning, I do believe. But more importantly than award-winning, vanilla trees. All credit for that. Don't see that too often these days. Factoids, because factoids. We have got Jose Olmedo, the Ecuadorian poet, has a statue in his honour in his home country. Remember, this is the 80s, so it might have been updated since. Because of limited funds, the government decided not to commission a sculptor to do the job. Instead, they bought a second-hand statue of the English poet, Lord Byron. I'm sure they look very similar. Possibly. Anyway, the Riverside Museum, Glasgow, Scotland, by Lemire, today's asset of the day. That's nice. Good to see something just a little bit different on the workshop, and of course Saturdays is the day where I try and do something a little bit different. So anyway, we have this main route coming through Cadiz. This is the city build, and this will explain why we have this little jinky janky in the middle here, because it's matching the city build road. There's something going on there in real life. I'm not going down to check, although we will have a little glance at Google Earth at the end of the show for other reasons, not for actually looking at the shape of the roads. We've got roundabout here, and we're kind of like at the end of the roads. Let's have a look at the rail. Now the rail, we're going to see something that's just a little bit different, just a little bit. We go underground, and because the rail goes underground, so credit there. Okay, credit there. I mean, they do make a mention of it on the workshop page, which is how I know it goes underground. And it emerges all the way over here by Glasgow's museum, which probably does not exist in Cadiz City, to be fair. But staying at ground level, which is good. I'm dreading the thought of an up and over rail crossing there. And then we come up through this area here, which we're going to have a look at the end of the show as well. There's stuff going on there in real life, which is a little bit missing on this map, which I feel would have added something to the map. But there you go. Heading over the rivers, which we'll look at later. And then we're off into the surrounding areas, which is a little bit treeless. And if you have a look, it's a little bit ruffled, the land around here as well. It's not a bad rail route, actually, to be fair. Exactly how closely it mirrors the real one, but it's not a bad route. But I'd like to have seen a little bit of foliage out here. I know it's out of the 25 tiles, but just a little bit. Surely not. A bush or three would be nice. Intermission time. Be back after this. And back to Cadiz by benzoll and the shipping routes, where we have a little triangle, a shipping triangle, which is going to stop the right angle turns. Did not expect to see that on this map, and I'm so glad to see it. It is a little bit jinky janky, but these jinky jankies are things that you will not notice with the ships out there. You're not going to follow them so closely that you'll notice that. And then it goes into the city underneath a just about high enough bridge there. And it dead ends just before the not high enough bridge there. All credit for that. Water flow in the start square. We have access to this little hint of water over here. We have access to a little bit of water over here. And there is the main coast as well. We have access to that. 3 areas. So you shouldn't, even if you're plopping and pumping, even a little bit of water motion there, you shouldn't have too many problems at all. So here's the main city area. And definitely, well, we know it's buildable because we have seen a screenshot. It looks pretty amazing. So let's have a look at some of the feature areas instead, shall we? Down here we have the essential lighthouse. Ah, isn't she lovely? Yeah, it's defendable. That's what that is. We have, of course, the obligatory sunken ship right by the lighthouse. Obligatory. That's a new word for the show, a new meme. And we have these little defensive forts, and I think, do you know what? I kind of like this, you know? I kind of like this. Yeah, it's a few extra things to subscribe to, but I think it works really very well with the city. We've got another one down here as well. So that is what I'm going to call good work. Well, I'm going to call good work. It is good work, okay? Then we have these defensive walls over here as well. And I've seen far worse work than that. That's all good. Good work again. At the other end, though, I've got one or two minor grumbles. Oh, hello. We've got a couple of cemeteries as well. We've got another city wall over here. Now, here I've just got a little bit of a minor grumble about a couple of things. First of all, the towers here. We got the doorway over here, but it just looks like it's been plopped quickly because the exact placement of the doorway on that one. Not completely buying into those. Also, look at the middle of this this end of the wall here. It's a bit of a mess. On the other side, however, it's very tidy. So, again, it just looks like it was a little bit rushed. In fact, you could say that about a lot of things on the map. It just looks a little bit rushed in places. We do have everybody's favourite factory. Another one over there, and another one in the distance over there. A few of them plopped here and there. Probably in useful positions. I mean, I've seen worse factory positioning, so credit there. Then we have a pre-cut harbour. It hasn't been finished, though. And I've seen that screenshot earlier. It was cleaned up. I'm going to just clean up the end of the harbour here, just to show you what I mean by cleaning up. So I'm going to choose a low point there, slightly larger brush size. I'm just going to push that in right up to the edge of the harbour there and clean it in like so. Again, it's just a quick job, not a proper job. And there you go, that looks a lot better. Okay, the water's got to find its place now, but that looks a lot cleaner, doesn't it? So yeah, little things like that. Looks like it's just been left for the actual city builder to tidy up. Forests, yeah. I'm not inspired, but I'd like to see some out here. There are fields and there's actually shrubs and stuff like out. It's not a completely barren land. It's a buildable area. The rivers are, well, yeah, just not very inspiring. It just looks like a gouged hollow into the land, which is filled with water. It doesn't really grab me, I'm afraid. And then we've got another river over here, which looks even more gouged, which you can tell by the shark's teeth along the sides of the rivers here. We are, I guess, out of the 25 tiles down here, but even so, it was just a quick job, I feel that was. However, if we have a little look at that, as promised, Google satellite view, we scroll into the Cadiz. There is Cadiz City there. And then if we bring it down to this part of the map, which we are currently looking at in the game, if you have a look down here, we have this nature park. Well, it's listed as a nature park. It's a wetland area. And we've got just a lot of interesting things going on here. And it even emerges out into the sea right here. Right, see that? We have a river exit from the water area there. Here, well, we don't. We just don't. The only nod to it being a nature park is a bit of a forest going on. And I think that's just a missed opportunity for something really very special indeed. But I guess it's all about the city build. But what do you think of this map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We do use it at the end of the month. We do. For the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Vote now, clicking the I button, where you can vote for free. Right, what do I think of today's map? Well, aesthetically, I think it looks sufficiently enough like the area to be usable for the city build. It doesn't really glow though, does it, to be fair. All credit for their custom built theme and LUT, but I've got to go for a low 3. It's a pass mark, but it's not very exciting. Detailing, yep, it hasn't been finished really, has it? It's for finishing as you're building the city, but I can't give credit for that. So as it stands, I'm just going to give it 2 stars. It does need work, but there's potential. Gameplay potential. Speaking of potential, yes, we've already seen that this does work for the city build because, well, the screenshot at the start of the show. I can't give this anything more than a middly high 3 stars, but you might like it, and if you do, go ahead and play on it and let me know in the comments how you got on. So anyway, Cadiz from the south of Spain by benzoll. That was worth checking out. It was definitely worth checking out. It's not always about the most polished, finished maps that we can find. Sometimes it's about just checking out somebody's work. See whether we can actually get on with it. You might want to go and finish the map, actually. And then, like, just send me screenshots. Discord. Links at the start of the show. Right, okay, if you're still here, you're part of the 20 and out elite. Thank you for still being here. Use the word of the day into the comments. Score yourself some population points just for fun. And we'll be back with the Steam Weekly Chart Show tomorrow. Who'll be #1 this week? Will it be me? No chance.